fart machine. I'm starting off all these fan fictions with a different word. What would Yugi do? Now, if you're a novice or advanced duelist, of course you would still need to brush up on the latest dueling techniques and cards. What better way than to ask the master himself, the guru in leather, the man who put the S in S&M, Yugi Moto. Pharaoh Tim. The announcer shouted in a large, dark auditorium of wannabe duelists. Coming from a side door was a dark-skinned man with a tricolored hair that stuck in 5 wild spikes. As he walked to the center of the arena, the man acted like he owned the world with every regal step he took. The man also had blonde, lightning bangs that not only covered parts of his face like ribbons, but few were in his hair like lightning bolts. His eyes were narrowed, but they were focused on a particular victim or partner in a lust-filled haze that promised pleasurable punishment. I hate you. Both men were short in stature, but one of them on the chain behind the dark-skinned man was a few inches shorter. The victim partner was his fair-skinned with the same sterile hairstyle, absent the numerous blonde streaks. The blonde ribbon bangs only dangled down neatly around his face. His wide, amorous eyes showed his mortification of being dragged out like a pet at the end of his leash in front of the world. He was also clad in black leather with the end of the chains clasped around his neck choker. I'm not reading the sex thing, I hope you know. Anyway, what would the public think of the King of Duelists now? Don't you think this is a little extreme? The announcer asked as he was covering the microphone with his hands. You started it with the S&M thing. Why are we here? Oh God. Tim demanded as he yanked Yugi closer, almost making the team fall on his face. You were supposed to give dueling tips and tell them about the latest cards, the man said in an exacerbated tone. You were supposed to give... Wait. I was about to read that in the Pharaoh's voice. Looking around the arena, the former Pharaoh cringed at the sight of the wannabe duelists from all over the world that must have paid a fortune to be there. Fine. Since Kaiba is paying me big for this, we might as well get started. Tim growled as he made Yugi kneel down beside him with a hand on his shoulder. The brown-haired announcer only backed away as he faced the audience of eager duelists. Everyone was shouting and whistling like morons, which only fueled Tim's already sour mood. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaiba Corporation proudly presents What Would Yugi Do? He shouted at Yugi. He blanched and Tim grinned sinisterly. Tell me he's kidding, the teen asked. I didn't give you permission to talk, Tim reminded him as he gently yanked the leash. Hey, now this is not the time to roleplay, Yugi shot back. If you wish to become a great duelist, now is the time to ask the King of Duelists about strategies and the advantage of different cards, the announcer shouted. Fuck this. You have got to be kidding. It'll take a century, Tim stated as he slacked the leash. You agreed, Yugi smirked in triumph as his former Pharaoh glared at him for the comment. You're going to pay for this later, the former Pharaoh growled. I'm sure, Yugi drawled as the announcer guy approached them. The whip or the paddle, he purposely asked as Tim felt himself get hard. What the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, we all received numbers when you came in. So I'll be calling them out. When your number is read, come to the floor and ask your question, he shouted, making Yugi cover his ears and Tim's left eye twitch. Number 227, come on down. The two watched as a skinny kid with large glasses, shaggy blonde hair with only a few short-sleeved shirts, shorts, and sneakers approached them. What is your name? The announcer asked as the kid was afraid to approach the two. Kenny. What is your question, Kenny? I have two. Why is Yugi on a leash, and what is the heart of the cards? He asked timidly. The first question is none of your business, and the second is what the hell kind of question is that? If you haven't figured that out, then you're stupid! Tim shot at the kid as tears formed in Kenny's eyes. You don't have to be so mean about it, Yugi shot as he stood up. The heart of the cards is, well, you have to believe in your deck, which means your monsters, spells, traps, and summons. If you don't, you can't win. Thanks, Kenny chirped as he skipped away, making Tim roll his eyes. Heart of the cards? Hell, is that how you stack the deck? The former pharaoh growled as Yugi elbowed him in the ribs. Oh, you really gonna pay for that later? Are you going to tie me up with all helpless like Yugi sensed through their link, making a Tim gulp. Will you use the paddle or whips then when you do? I think you gained too much experience, partner. The former pharaoh spoke through their link. It's your own fault, Pharaoh, Yugi emphasized with a smirk. Now we have the next number! Number 405, the announcer shouted as a plump teenager with blonde hair, glasses, and a Doctor Who shirt approached the two. What is your question? I am the president of the Duel Monsters chapter in Wyoming. And what I want to know is why does my duel pass not work at times? I mean, I paid for it, installed everything right, and it still won't let me on the website. So I could duel my friends. What's the problem? He demanded at the two of them. We would know. We don't program anything, Yugi pointed out. Well, since this is what Yugi would do. What would you do? The teen demanded in a nasty tone that pissed off the former pharaoh. Ahem. Get a new fucking computer that's programmed for this century. A Tim shot back at the kid. Can we get a real question here? Wait, why is Yugi tied up on a leash? The teen asked. As I said to the last kid, none of your business. Next. The teen, he shouted as the security guards dragged the teen off the floor. Number is next, the announcer stated as a blonde woman in black magician girl, dark magician girl outfit walked upon them. My name is Courtney, and I want to know if the black magician girl and black magician are a couple, she stated shyly. By Ron, no. They're student and teacher. A Tim protested as Yugi shook his head. Is that all? You're close, thank you. Ahem. Reading. Oh, and she stated as the former pharaoh interrupted her. I'm not answering why Yugi is on the end of a leash, he said in a warning tone as Courtney backed away disappointed. Time went on and Tim's temper got shorter and shorter. He swore he would send the next one into oblivion if he had to hear the next question the same. Why is Yugi on a leash? Where did they get these people from? Was Kyber purposely doing this to make his life hell? Oh wait, Kyber promised to make his life hell. Tim could only watch as his kind partner answered most questions as the former pharaoh just remained silent. The event is over. Thank you all for coming and thank you for your questions, the brown-haired man stated as Yugi heard everyone start clapping. As the clapping ceased, the duelists poured out in a large auditorium that was in Kyberland. A Tim heaved a heavy sigh of relief. Yugi wondered what it was all about. Well, it looks like you both survived without the fans tearing you apart, a familiar voice stated as a Tim huffled in annoyance. Good job. It was worth the money to see you steam for once. Yugi looked between Atem and Seto. What were they plotting now? The 19-year-old kept quiet as the two rivals went at it. Who was reading? Who was saying things? You're lucky that the way you two presented yourself didn't lose you fans, Sato pointed out. I just love how they pissed you off with the same question, though. Maybe putting your partner on a leash was a great idea. Fuck off, Kaiba. I did what you wanted. And got your customers for Kaibaland. Now let us go home, Atem demanded. Sure. Oh, why is Yugi on a leash, by the way? Foreplay! Atem shouted at him as he grabbed Yugi's hand and they left in the dark auditorium. And, god damn it, that was